Already at the back. We all good? Okay. We'll kick off with Gail from Sky.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Should we start with team news? It's Hincapie, you said there might be an update for this game yesterday, and then where we were at with Calafiori, we bumped some bruises that you talked about on the weekend. We can go through bit by bit. Start with those.
Yeah, those two not available yet, and the other doubts that we have are Willie and Leo.
Okay, so Hincapie first. You had a scan yesterday. Do you know a bit more about the problem? How long?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, and Calafiori.
He's progressing, but we don't know. I think it will matter for a few weeks probably, but we don't know exactly when.
Okay, and SALIBA and Trossard obviously not part of the FA Cup squad. So what's the issue with them, and when might they be?
Yeah, those two are a doubt.
A doubt because.
Because they're not fit enough.
Because. Just bumps and bruises. Anything serious?
No, nothing serious.
How much fun this was.
Yes.
And Max Dowman as well, for his behalf. Where is he?
Very similar to Mosquera as well. You see, I'm giving you Mosquera. I didn't talk about this. So very similar injury, very similar time frames, and both have all been really well, but they're not training yet, so they're still a few weeks away.
There was a lot of narratives around your game on the weekends, and one of the interesting ones that maybe did get lost a little bit was the return of Kai.
Yeah.
A word on him, because he's not started for almost a year, but you wouldn't know it to look at him. How impressed were you with his timing, his touch, and also the chemistry that he just seems to have with the players around him? He's going to be a quick key for you, isn't he?
Yes, obviously we missed him a lot. A year is a long time in football, but as you said, the way he's come back, he looks really fit, really confident. He's such an intelligent player that straight away he's someone that connects with the players really naturally, and you can tell how much they love him as well, because every time he was in and around the box, everyone was jumping on the seat, on the bench. So yeah, we are so happy to have him. He's going to help us so much, and now we have to keep him fit.
Is he okay? Coming through 20 minutes, is he ready to start? Not quite ready? How do you play the next few weeks?
We have to manage his minutes now, but he had a good block of 20-25 minutes the other day. He trained really well today again, and it's now a case of building his robustness and make sure that he's available for every game.
I spoke to Liam yesterday and was reminded that you'd seen that in an FA Cup final.
Yeah, I've seen a few pictures of that. So yeah, that's the beauty of football, and two very different careers, but at the end facing each other tomorrow at Stamford Bridge in a semi-final.
Had your paths crossed since? Do you know him well? You haven't
No, I know people that has worked with him. I know people that they've been close to him in his journey, especially as a coach, and they talk really highly of him. So wish him all the best. Apart from tomorrow, obviously.
I was suspecting because there's a lot of sort of noise and narrative around the fact that he'd been given such a big job without having that experience, if you like. I mean, clearly he's managed in France, but not having that experience of playing in the top flight and managing in the top flight. When you got that opportunity, can you remember back those sort of 6 years ago? What he's like, there's that sense that he wants to prove people wrong. That's part of his motivation. And I wondered what yours was, and in terms of him looking at you, he said, and he would love to think that he'd be there in 6 years and have done what you've done.
Well, personally, my motivation was to help the club and transform the football club. That was it, not to prove people wrong. That's in my case, it wasn't a motivation. Obviously, they know him really well because they have worked together with him for a few years now. So they made that decision based for sure because of his capacity and because they believe that he deserves and is the best person to lead that project.
And just finally for me, semi-final at this stage of the competition last year, and I think by your own admission didn't do yourselves justice in that game against Newcastle. Is that the itch that just needs to be scratched? Is that the thing that's kind of going to push this side or help push this side tomorrow evening?
Yes, football gives you another chance. We've been really consistent again in the competition, and now we have to knock another big team out of the competition to be in the final, and that's the mission. Hopefully we learn from last year, because it was painful, especially the manner that the games went and the amount of chances that we missed not to go through. But hopefully this year we are better and especially more efficient.
Alex Bibsy?
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Just on the semi-final again. Do you think getting to a semi-final and it be at this stage of the season with the potential of reaching a final can help with the tension when you're trying to get over the line in other competitions?
Well, the more you are involved in these kind of games, the better, because it gives you a nudge. It brings the team a different kind of energy, and it gives you the sense that the objective is very, very close, and that's a massive motivation for everybody. So we know that we are 2 games away from playing a final. We have to go game by game, and the first one is Stamford Bridge, and we know we have a really tough opponent in front.
And on Noni Madueke against Portsmouth, a mixed day for him. Potentially lost the ball for the opening goal, missed a penalty, but also 2 good corners for assists. Is that just part of the journey?
Yes, well, he was very influential, as you said, in some aspect, very, very positive. In some others, things that we need to improve in terms of the consistency, but the level of threat that he provides to the team, I think, is remarkable.
Ian, talk to us.
Hi Mikel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
With it being a semi-final, when you were at Manchester City, Pep always took this competition very seriously. There was a feeling that if you get one trophy under your belt, it maybe eases the pressure and stops everyone worrying about whether you're going to win anything for the whole season. Is that the way you're kind of looking at it going into this semi-final?
Yeah, but in order to do that, you have to be better than the opposition tomorrow, and that's what we have to do. And the rest is not in our control. So we have prepared the game really well. The boys are really motivated and at it, because we can sense that that's what we want to be, and we have to make another step in order to achieve what we want, and that's the objective tomorrow.
I was going to say quadruple, but I'll save that for another day. Being a semi-final, though, your team selection, because it's a busy week. I remember your former boss here, Arsene Wenger, used to pick a League Cup team and stick with it all the way through, even to the final. Most notably in 2007 against Chelsea. Would you do that? Are you going to stick with your team you played in the League Cup thus far, or will you start to bring more of the big names back into the team?
Well, I think in my case, we cannot do that, because obviously players have to be available to be able to pick them there. And I don't believe in players for competitions. I believe that we have competition and we want to compete in all competition with the best moment of the players that we have and our resource, and that's what we try to do.
I also spoke to Liam Rosenior yesterday, and I mentioned your set pieces. And I said Arsenal are very good at set pieces. Some people call them set piece FC. And he said, no, Arsenal are very good at everything.
That's what we try to do. And in some things we'll be very good, in some ones good, and in some one excellent. But certainly that's the objective. The better we are in every phase, the bigger the chances to win.
Last one, a departure from the club.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, but at the end of the season, in someone you've played with and had alongside you, Mertesacker. Just pay tribute to him if you would.
Well, it's been 15 years at the club. We were teammates, we were friends, we were captains together, and then we shared this incredible project together in a different role, him as an academy director and me as a manager. So I enjoy every minute of it. I think it's someone that I think transmits the values of this football club, its ambition, and everything that is related to it in the best manner. So very thankful. We had a great time together, and for sure as well, he's made that decision, and I wish him the best of luck for the next one, next chapter, because I'm sure it's going to be a success.
Cheers, Nico.
Thank you.
Matt from the Standard?
I'm Mikel.
Hi.
When you were at Man City, there were 2 seasons, I think, where the team won the Carabao Cup and then went on to win the league title too. Do you sort of remember that cup win giving the squad a boost and pushing them on into the final run to the title?
Yeah, as I said before, obviously when you get to this stage in the competition, you get to the final and you get over the line and win it. It brings energy, it brings belief, and the sense that everybody is very important and playing part of that. So yeah, I think it's something when you get there and win it, everybody remembers, and if not, nobody does. So once you get there, get the job done.
You've obviously experienced a lot in 6 years here. Is this the first season you can sort of remember having this kind of squad depth where you haven't had to where you can focus on all 4 competitions without worrying about weakening sort of another one?
Yes, at the end you have to try to manage the squad individuals in the best way. I think we are sharing the minutes while we remain very, very competitive, and that's what we have to try to do. And tomorrow we have another opportunity with the players that will start and finish the game, and it will continue like this till May because it's going to be a game every 3 days.
James, CBS?
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned earlier your motivation when you came to Arsenal was to transform the football club. What do you need from those around you, your bosses, your players, your colleagues, to allow that to happen?
No, from the position that we are in and the perception that we had as well internally and socially about where the club was in every sense, and bring it back to the very, very top in every level, and win a lot of big trophies.
Can I ask you about a good friend of yours, Xavi Alonso, lost his job yesterday? Your kind of reflections on him as a manager, a person, any message on him?
Yeah. Well, I don't have too many details about the situation, so I don't know whether it was Xavi's decision to leave or it was the club decision. So very difficult to give an opinion there. Obviously, whatever the decision is, just wish Xavi all the very best because he's a top person and an incredible coach. And I'm sure that whatever he decides to do in the future, again, will be top.
Well, thank you for that.
Hi, Mikel. Can I just check what the issue with Calafiori is?
What is that?
The issue with Calafiori.
It was a muscle injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask about Bukayo Saka as well. I noticed a few years ago you mentioned when he was getting kicked a lot, you had to maybe train the way he received the ball, how he kind of used his body in those challenges. And it seems like he's got robust every year. So I was just wondering how you went about training that with him and what focus you had.
Well, every position brings challenges, and the opposition learns from you as well, and they try to obviously stop you in the most efficient way, and you need to have solutions against each opponent to be efficient and to beat him.
And this season, I think he was always creating chances early on, but his numbers have really started to kick on in recent weeks. How have you viewed how he's played throughout this season as well?
Well, I think the impact that B has consistently is remarkable. I mean, very difficult to see a player playing this position constantly doing what he's doing. It's great to the team as well and the players around him to support that. But I think again, this season has been really, really good.
To the last couple of years live, firstly Tom from Reach.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You mentioned that you don't believe in players for competitions. I think so often we think about cup goalkeepers, quite often are number 2 goalkeepers coming in for those cup competitions. So is what you're saying, they're effectively saying that Kepa and David Raya are not that, and that there could be a chance that either of them might play in the cup?
Well, it's because I think our job, or my job, is to prepare the team the best possible way to win the competition, every competition that we are in. And then every game is different. Every game requires different qualities and players have moments when they are really high, when they don't have that much confidence on minutes. And every case is different. And the keepers on top of that is a very particular case as well, because obviously they have less opportunities than other players to play throughout every week, but we try to treat that in that sense.
And you've had Kai come back. I'll ask you about styles of centre forwards. Gabby J's played a few starts this season. In fact, when he started against Palace, it was the highest expected goals that he recorded in a single game. It tends to be a centre forward that kind of drops in and helps with build-up. Do you think that under your style system that's the type of centre forward that flourishes the most at the moment?
Well, depending on the position. If we play against a very low block and you have a 9 that drops and you have no presence in the box, so I think again every position requires a different analysis and qualities. But Gabi's is not only to drop as well; he has many other like Victor and Kai.
Okay, finally the outside, Phil at the back there.
Hi.
Arsenal obviously having a tremendous season, top of the Premier League, Champions League. But obviously it's been a few years without a trophy. Just what would it mean to you, because this is the first one you can win this season, what would it mean to you personally to get this competition won?
I will tell you when that happens. So at the end it's about how I feel towards putting everything that we have to win it. And I feel, again, really motivated, really looking forward to a big game tomorrow and how we're going to behave in these scenarios to achieve what we want.
Do you never feel like at all that maybe Arsenal have to win it because there's a danger that if they don't win this one and there's like people questioning whether he could get his trophies over the line.
But I understand that, but there's a lot of clubs that have to. I think it's going to be one in each, and the rest won't do it. So we will try to be those.
Okay, that.